Good day, and welcome back to the podcast, Catch It, A New Perception. My name is Ketu. Thinking about how we move forward through life, how we treat people, how people treat us, what it is that we want to be part of, how it is we want to be able to perceive things, our perception in life, what it is we want in our lives on a daily basis. What do we give to be able to receive that? In asking that question, I think about there's people in my life, and I have talked a little bit about. One of my daughters brought this up to me at one point when she said something along the lines of, "I love it when you just randomly tell me you love me." And I talked a little bit about something specific at the time. What happens when you have people that you live with, whether it's a spouse, it's children, it's parents, whoever it is, and you tell them with sincerity, where it's not just words. You tell them every day, and you show them, "I love you. I love you." And maybe just randomly walking by them in the hallway, in your home, you just look at them and say, "I love you." Not needing something from them, not doing it to manipulate them, or just to let them know that they're loved by you. The reason I say this is because I think that some people that listen to the podcast may have been conditioned differently growing up. And I think about my parents who were very different than one another. How I didn't necessarily hear those words from them every day by any means, maybe not even on a regular basis. And they showed me, both my parents individually in different ways, to the best of their ability, showed me that they loved me. And often I have said, whether I've said it on this podcast or other speaking engagements or speaking with individuals, I've often told people I would rather them have not said it real often and have showed me than to show me the opposite of love, use those words and have nothing behind it. What happens to people when we sit and tell them that we love them, that we respect them, that whatever it is that we're feeling that's positive in our life, in that relationship with them, that we tell them how we feel, how we think, how positive it is to have them in our life, how awesome they are, how spectacular they are, how beautiful they are. How do we continue to do this? To be able to do it in a good way, to be able to understand that the approach that we make is going to matter. What are we layering in to their subconscious when we offer them love every day? Through our actions, the way we treat them. I'm not talking about buying them things and trying to buy love. That's not an action of love. I get it that people can appreciate a gift, and sometimes when you give them a gift, it's really cool. And especially if it's very thoughtful, something that they could really appreciate, something they could utilize, something that they'll use on a regular basis. Those are really cool gifts. Something they wouldn't have bought for themselves, but they would really like. Those are really cool gifts. Just really neat. And I think that it can at times be showing a type of love when you buy them something special for them. I get that. That's not lost on me. And that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is this action of being able to spend time with someone, to show them that you appreciate them, to show yourself how you're appreciated by them through the actions that you create with them. because often it will be reciprocated. Sometimes it's not reciprocated right away. I reacted very poorly in life for a long time to many things and many people. And so when I was first shown a particular type of love, I didn't know how to react to it well. I didn't know how to show up good. I had to be taught something about respect. I had to be taught something about love. I had to be taught something about compassion. Now, sometimes these are just acts I watch with other people. Those were teachings. How much did I absorb along the way when I was younger, when I was coming up? How much did I absorb when I watched people? Okay, I get it. I'm a bit of a romantic, so the idea of love wrapped up with romanticism, being romantic, I get it. There's that romance and love. Yes, that can be part of it within a particular relationship. How much can I show people more than the words themselves how important they are to me? That's what I need to be able to do today. I need to make sure that I reach out to somebody when I'm thinking of them, rather than a week later when they get a hold of me say, "Oh, I've been thinking about you lately." Why not reach out to them and all of a sudden they're like, "Wow, I was just thinking about you earlier today," is their response. How often does that happen between two people that love each other? Two people that are friends? Two people that are connected? How often does that happen? Okay, so we learn how to get connected. We learn how to reach out. We learn how to do certain things. Do we realize the impact it will have on others? And then the residual effect it will have on us. How much does it impact my heart? I want to walk with a good heart. I've talked about that terminology in other episodes. How much does it affect that heart that I walk with in attempting to walk with a good heart today? When I am willing through action to show people how important they are to me. How important are the ones that love you? How important are the ones that you love? How much do you show them? That is the essence of what I'm talking about. Take the time to show someone what they mean to you. Take the time to call them. Take the time to text them. Take the time to reach out. Go get a cup of coffee. Go grab a bite to eat. Find out when you can spend time with them. Go out of your way to make something happen. Moving forward from this day, your thinking is going to be dictated by the actions that you take. When you take an action to reach out to someone, to be able to spend time with them, to go have a cup of coffee, grab a bite to eat, whatever that is, go for a walk in a park, go for a motorcycle ride, whatever it is, your thing with them is, get together, go do it. Now see how your thinking's changed. Maybe how they have impacted you. How your thinking is different because of the things that they responded to, or the things that's going on with them, or the things they shared with you about where their world has been recently, where they want to go, what they want to do, their desires in life, and how that's impacted you. Or the things you convey to them when you meet up with them. You haven't talked in a while. You get caught up talking on the phone with somebody and you start sharing your experience about what's going on, and it becomes more vivid in your mind in what it is you've been doing that's really good in your life and how you've made good decisions lately. Or how your decision making isn't as good as what it was, and you're failing to show up in certain areas, or you're not doing something you would like to do more of. And through this conversation, all of that is created, things you weren't really in your conscious mind, you were in your subconscious, so you were unaware of it until you began to talk about it. Now, you begin to feel different. How is that going to impact you in a good way? You feel different, so now you're going to make different changes, or you feel really good about it and you want to keep doing what you're doing, so you're going to keep taking the same action you've been taking by reaching out to people, by doing certain volunteering, by being able to do certain things in your life. Doing things for people when they don't know who did it for them. And sometimes doing things for people even though they know you're doing it for them. Being kind, being generous, being thoughtful. Those are acts of love. I get that sometimes it needs to be reciprocated and someone needs to give it back to you. And I have found that when I do for others, I feel good about me. Try it. See what you can do for someone else. See what you can do to make someone else's day. And I'm not talking about stretching the bounds and going out of your way to a point where people don't appreciate it. What I'm talking about is doing for people when people appreciate what you've done for them. Because when you are appreciated by other people, it is an example of love they are showing you. When someone says, I appreciate the way you came across. I appreciate your way of thinking and how you shared this with us, and your perception is different than other people's, and I appreciate you so much. When they say, I appreciate you, what you should be hearing is that you are loved by them for the things that you say, your way of thinking, that you offered them a new way of thinking. Because when you did that, you offered them the ability to feel different, to think different about themselves, to think different about other people, to think different about the world. You allowed them to think different so they could feel different. So when they say, I appreciate you, they're saying, I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Many different ways you can see this. Reach out to someone. Take the time to say, I love you. Take the time to say, let's get together. Let's have a cup of coffee, grab a bite to eat. Let's meet up. Let's share some energy. I want to be in the presence of your energy. How often do you see that? Where you want to be in the presence of someone else's energy. Or someone wants to be in the presence of your energy. Give with love, dignity, and respect, and you will receive everything you need. One of the greatest feelings of being able to help someone else in any type of service work, volunteering, or anything that I receive is someone saying, I appreciate you. I appreciate what you're saying. I appreciate the way you come across. And that is heartfelt. To me, that is the love that so many of us need and appreciate. Looking forward to next time. Live in harmony with and use the bounty of the land to bring kindness to the world. Dok Shao Ke.